Hi, I'm Christy Frank, and welcome to America's Leading Doctors. This is the show that brings you the country's best and brightest professionals, as well as information you need to live a happy, healthy, and wealthy life. Joining us today is our special guest, Dr. Carol Adams, who is a chiropractor and nutritionist in Telluride, Colorado. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, one of my favorite places, Telluride.
It's beautiful.
So tell me about your background and how you ended up as a chiropractor in Telluride.
Well, it's interesting. I had no initial intention of being a chiropractor. I was working in chemistry and found that extremely boring. I missed the personal contact. And so I thought, well, I had fun in college. Maybe I'll just go back to college. So chiropractic really picked me. I didn't pick chiropractic. I went to a school that was close to my mom's house and fell in love with it after about 2 days, and just pursued that course, and I wasn't even sure where it was going to lead.
So you got out of school and opened a practice right away?
No, I worked with another doctor for about a year and learned all the things not to do.
So that's interesting. I love the fact that you call yourself a chiropractor and nutritionist. Tell me how you weave those two practices.
Well, I didn't initially set out to be a nutritionist, but I found in the course of getting someone to their optimum health that a lot of times there would be a plateau, and I had to start looking at, well, what are they doing outside of my office? And a big part of it was not eating correctly, and that will certainly interfere with your health process. So I began studying nutrition as an adjunct to improving the function of the nervous system.
So I think I'm feeling guilty. What are maybe some things that people could be doing poorly with their nutrition that really affects their health?
Reading women's magazines. There's a lot of bad information out there. The trend right now is don't eat any meat, don't eat any fat, and for most people that's really bad advice. And probably the biggest thing that I could share with people is eat as many vegetables as you possibly can. I know that sounds cliched, but it really is true. I think if you want to avoid cancer and live a longer, happier life, you have to fall in love with vegetables.
That is wonderful advice, and it's something I adhere to. I have my 6-year-old son eating Brussels sprouts. So
you're kidding.
I think it's all in how you prepare the food, so good for you.
Well, they couldn't get me to eat Brussels sprouts then.
Well, come to my house and we'll make them for you.
Okay.
So does someone usually come to your office in pain and you achieve a whole balanced look at their health?
Yes, I try to establish early on what a person actually wants. A lot of people are crisis oriented and they just simply want to be out of pain. I ask them if they will indulge me for a bit to educate them a little more on their health and their nervous system, and then they decide if they just want crisis care or if they're more interested in a more holistic approach to their general health.
You were telling me there's 3 levels of health care. Can you go into those?
Yes, I think there's a big confusion right now. We as a nation seem to call crisis intervention health care, and it couldn't be further from the truth. To me, there are 3 levels. There's self-care, which is things that we must do for ourselves. That would be exercise, eating correctly, proper mental procedures, correct rest, all this sort of thing. The next level is health care, which is what I do, and that's things that we can't do for ourselves that will make us healthier. And then the third tier, if you will, is crisis care, medical care, intervention. Sometimes it's nothing more than covering up symptoms. And when you confuse sick care for health care, you run into trouble.
So you like to take a patient before they enter into any pain and really teach them how to take care of themselves.
And on different levels that they had not even thought. Most people think a chiropractor is someone you go to at best for neck pain or back pain, and you know, they snap your spine and make you feel better, and you're on your way. And actually, it's so much more comprehensive than that. It's about the function of the brain and the nervous system, and basically the things that make your body and you what you are.
So I love this story. Tell me about your favorite day in your practice.
My favorite day, without a doubt, I practice in a ski resort town. We had a call in from a potential new client, and we had a room in the schedule for him to come in, and as it turns out, he was a surgeon in California, never been to a chiropractor before, and he came in and he was very open and laid back, and I said, why are you here? Basically. And he said, I don't know, I've heard about chiropractic. I hurt my back on the ski slopes. I thought I would check it out. And I asked him, would it be okay if I treated you as a layperson, if I would explain chiropractic the way I would explain it to a layperson? And he said, that's fine. He was a very cool guy. And so after doing that, explaining, and after giving him an adjustment that amazingly took all his pain away right there, which is not, you know, not an everyday experience a lot of times, he came up with the comment, I think that when I go back to California, I need to get myself a regular chiropractor and just go in on a regular basis to stay as healthy as I can be.
Wow.
I'm like, hallelujah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, and
Yeah.
thank you for sharing some advice today. Doctor, keep doing what you're doing, keep sharing what you're sharing. It's great information, and look, you've transformed a surgeon as well. And thank you for being here with us today. We'll see you again next time on America's Leading Doctors.